Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the live show of our panel discussion. Oratory is the best gift one can have, and when it makes money, then it becomes a boon. We at PSAI welcome you to another great episode of panel discussion with world class professional speakers on Professional Speakers Summit, the gateway to business of speaking. Let me welcome our panelists. So, our first panelist is Kiruba.
Hi, Radhika.
Hi, Kiruba. So, let me just introduce Kiruba to you. Kiruba Shankar. He is the CEO of Business Blogging and founder director of F5 Technologies. He has 24 years of work experience in the internet space and helps craft digital strategies for large firms. He has consulted for leading brands such as British Council, Domino's Pizza, Murugappa Group, Mahindra Group, Sterling Holidays, Larsen and Toubro, and Hindustan Newspapers. As a global professional speaker specializing in digital excellence and digital selling, he has delivered over 700 talks at conferences and corporate events across 21 countries. He has authored 5 books and has been a technology columnist for newspapers such as Business Standards, Financial Express, and the New Indian Express. Welcome, Kiruba.
Thank you
With,
so much, Radhika. Thank you.
with this, we come to our second panelist, Sangeeta.
Hi Radhika, hi
Hi,
Kruba.
Sangeeta. So, Sangeeta is a chief financial officer turned business and leadership coach, contributing by maximizing potential, performance, and profits. An independent director on corporate boards, Sangeeta is on a mission to enable, empower, and elevate businesses with a purpose to serve corporate leaders and teams to shine and succeed. She brings along rich corporate experience of 25 years with multinationals. Sangeeta is a chartered accountant, management accountant, and completed executive education from Harvard Business School. A credentialed coach from International Coaching Federation, PCC, TEDx, and global professional speaker, and best-selling author of What the Finance, Get High, and Where's the Moolah. Thank you, Sangeeta, for joining us here.
Pleasure Radhika.
Our next panelist is Deepak. Can we have Deepak here? Namaskar, Deepak ji. So, Deepak Khemani is a 2 times TEDx speaker, Gateway Unplugged speaker, and the author of the #1 best-selling book, Compounding the Eighth Wonder. In his career of 38 years as a personal finance advisor, he has impacted over 1 lakh lives. He is highly sought out motivational and inspirational speaker and a coach and trainer in the domain of personal finance. Considered an influencer on social media, his YouTube channel at Deepak R. Khemani has 500 plus videos on different topics in personal finance. He believes each one of us was born to be rich, and his motto is let's plan to become financially free. Popularly known as the compounding maestro, everyone, please welcome Deepak Khemani, sir.
Thank you, Radhika, for such a flattering introduction. Happy to be here amongst this elite panel. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for being amongst us, and we have a lot to learn from you always. Our next panelist is Dr. Alka Chadda. Introducing Dr. Alka Chadda. Well, Dr. Alka Chadda is the founder of her endocrine center, Hope and Care Center, and her happiness school for over 20 years. Now, Secretary PSAI, Professional Speakers Association of India, Mumbai chapter, teaching in medical college for 30 plus years, volunteering in NGOs for 15 plus years, speaking on sanskar and value system in schools and colleges. She is a certified yoga teacher, teaching yoga, pranayam, breathing, and meditation for 30 plus years since 25 years. She is an NLP practitioner, a HYL, Help Heal Your Life facilitator. She is ICF certified coach and she's done advanced counseling. She is an author of 2 books called Shukriya Zindagi and Happy Couples. Dr. Alka runs a seniors group since 10 years plus. Welcome, Dr. Alka.
Thank you, Radhika. Very proud to be part of this. It's a great panelists, Kiruba, Sangeeta, Deepak. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for being here, all of you. Last but not the least, Sandeep Gupta. Sandeep Gupta is a chartered accountant, consciousness coach, global speaker, design thinker, and an educator who works with leaders and businesses wanting to scale greater heights. Backed by 40 years' experience, he offers a program, Excellence Through Consciousness Management. Sandeep has spoken at a number of platforms in India and abroad, which include Oxford University and International Society for Universal Dialogues. He is the recipient of many awards and appreciations and is the president Delhi chapter for PSAI and the chairperson for Professional Speakers Summit 2024, the flagship event of PSAI happening in Delhi in February 2024. Welcome, Sandeep.
You're on mute, Sandeep.
Yeah, thank you, Sangeeta. Yeah, so Radhika, thank you very much for this lovely introduction, flattering, I'll say. And I'm very happy to be in the midst of such people like Kiruba, Deepak, Sangeeta, Alka, and obviously you as the moderator. So thank you.
Well, as we are here for our third episode of panel discussion, without wasting much time in talks, I would like to first ask Kiruba a question. So, Kiruba, professional speaking is at a nascent stage in India. How did you conceive the idea of creating the platform as good as PSAI along with the other founding members? If you could just throw some light on that.
Absolutely, Radhika. The turning point came when I think it was in 2017. I attended the Asia Speakers Summit, which is the flagship event of APSS, the Asia Professional Speakers in Singapore. And that was my very first introduction into the world of professional speaking. But more important than that, I was in total amazement that here was a community that was so beautifully rooting for everyone's success. this was also probably the very first professional platform that I know where people were openly discussing on money matters. They say that you should never ask a woman's age and you should never ask a man's wage. And that particular experience at the APSS convention really blew my mind. And people started to be very welcoming. I mean, I was a complete newbie, right? I mean, there was no backing of PSAI, Professional Speakers Association of India, to back me up. I was just another attendee. But people were so welcoming. People were so helpful and guiding on how to move from, most of the people, at that point in time, at least my stage was, I was speaking at a lot of events, but most of these were pro bono events, right? And so these would be talks at colleges, at the Rotary clubs, or some in conferences. Without even realizing that in some of these platforms, I could have charged. So that was a complete switch. And that motivated me further to go and attend the Global Speakers Summit that took place in Auckland, New Zealand. And I saw that to be the global Mahakumbh of some of the world's best professional speakers congregating together. And I was witness to communities in at least 14 different countries that had come together. And I think that was the spark, right? And people were extremely helpful in mentoring and helping guide on setting up an association that we so proudly call PSAI. So to answer your question, Radhika, that one single decision of going and attending the convention truly became the gate opener for great things to come.
Thank you so much. And it opened gates for all of us too. Thanks to you and the other founding members. Anybody else would like to add something to it? Their own.
I would like to add on. So to me as well, that was quite an eye opener. I didn't know that speaking can be a business. You can actually charge for your talks. And when we were conceiving the idea of starting PSAI, I remember Kriba and Kaveen and I. And when they said, this is professional speaking, so I said, yeah, what is the difference of professional speaking? And I was told, yeah, you can charge. So I was like, what? You charge for your talks? Because till then I had also been doing a lot of pro bono talks, and that was like quite an aha moment for me, and it was pretty exciting. And thereafter, there's been no looking back.
Thank you, Sangeeta, for that. So, Alka, my next question is for you. I know you've been speaking for a very long time now, but what are the main 3 changes that you have experienced after joining PSAI?
Yeah, so just like Kruba said, when I came into the PSAI, I was a very unpolished speaker. I was a storyteller. I was telling my stories, telling my value systems to people, students, teachers, and I was going to a little bit of companies also, pharmaceuticals. But what happened here was I was able to understand, why do I want to become a speaker? It gave me a lot of time to introspect and re-examine myself, that why do I want to become a speaker? Second thing is, what is my message that I want to give to the world? And the third thing was, what happened was, as I was introspecting and I was doing all these things and I was attending and I was showing up in all the programs in open mic and all of that, I was looking at the people, how they are performing, and that helped me to polish myself, to get more clarity on my niche, to get more clarity on my message. And that is what happened. And then I became the chief editor of ProSpeak, that newsletter. All of you are part of that. Only Sangeeta has to give me an article now. I'm going to write to you now. So I've been after all these people, Kiruba, Sandeep, and everybody has given me articles. Even Radhika, you have to still give me. So it gave me a great opportunity to hone my writing skills. It gave me a great opportunity to talk to people, and even on the international platform, and get the articles from them. And also when we are writing and when you're taking these articles from everybody, you read and you understand the thinking behind those articles, from where they are coming. And all of this is, helping me to become a much better speaker on stage. And what is the first thing that comes to your mind when you want to go on stage and speak as a professional speaker? Fright, right? The fear of speaking has gone now. I'm not scared that I want to have the little fear of speaking, which helps me to get that pain in my stomach, and which helps me to get that racing heartbeat, and all of that. I love it. But that other kind of that I'm being judged, that has gone. And the reason why it has gone is when I joined PSAI, I was thrown with a lot of brickbats with my message. And I stuck to my message. I did not change my message. And criticism is what happens when you improve yourself. So for me, the struggle has been good, and I'm day by day trying to improve myself. So thank you so much for that question. I hope I've not taken
Thank
more
you
than.
so much. No, no, not at all. Thank you so much for that. And yes, absolutely right. That fire in the belly is very important. If you don't get nervous and jittery, means you're being overconfident, according to me, and you're definitely going to mess it up. So it is very important, even before the exams, when you go to write your papers, to have that fire in your belly. Thank you,
Yes.
Alka. Thank you so much for that. And yes, coming to our compounding guru, Deepak ji. How has PSI impacted your journey as a compounding guru? I am really intrigued to know that.
So, the word compounding says what? You do those small, small bits, small, small things at a considerable period of time, for a considerable period of time. And at the end, bang, you get that result. So when you are fresh, you've just started speaking, you've just learned a course, you've just been mentored by somebody to become a speaker. And as you said, as Dr. Alka said, you have those butterflies and you don't know what to do. How will the audience recognize me? How will they appreciate me? What will happen on stage? Once you do that, and then you keep on doing it, and you get feedback. You get feedback from those who've been there and done it, those who are your mentors, and they are ready to handhold you, support you in going to that next level. That is what PSAI does to you. If you are just somebody who's learned something, you have some technical expertise and you are expert on that topic, fine, you can talk about that. You can't structure yourself. You can't make a 12, 15, 18, 20, 45-minute keynote. You know what to say, what to do, where to pause, how to get feedback, how to become better, how to become an authority, and how to own the stage. That is what happens when you become a member of an association here, the Professional Speakers Association of India. Proud to be here and not going anywhere.
So, a double thumbs up to you for that. Thank you so much. Thank you. And would anybody like to add anything to that? Their own experience?
I wanted to add what Deepak ji just said about the power of compounding. And
Yeah.
a relevant example I wanted to show is that you go to any corporate company, especially to the marketing and sales department, you'll notice that they always pump in 20% of their profits back as marketing budget. Um, that's because it is that 20% that becomes as the rocket boost for the company's growth. And it's uh, the compounding effect kicks in for the company to grow. I think PSS 2024, I would think that for any person who is a speaker, not necessarily a professional speaker, if you're just a speaker or if you're a professional, because like Radhika rightly said, oratory skills and eloquency is one of the greatest gifts you can have in your success as a professional. I think this is the investment that you should look at, investing in yourself, because some of the best speakers come together. And I want to add that this is an event where 1 year of hard work has been put in from February under the leadership of Sandeep ji has really put in. So I think one of the best things you can do for yourself is to invest yourself and attend PSS 20.
Yeah.
Thank
Absolutely.
you. Thank you so much, Kiruba, for
Yes.
that. Moving on
Yeah,
to,
just
yeah,
to
sure.
top up what Kiribal said, for maximum returns, invest in yourself, and therefore PSS 24 will be an awesome investment for your growth.
Absolutely, I agree with that. So, yes, Sangeeta, now coming to you with my next question. So, since you are one of the founding members of PSAI, Can you throw some light on the journey of PSAI as an association?
Sure, it has been a one hell of a journey, I would say, and I would think that it is beautifully metamorphosized. Probably when we started, we were like an egg, and then we became a larva, and then a pupa, and we are just about to blossom into a beautiful butterfly, or we're almost there, but not yet an adult butterfly, and I'm sure we're going to get there very soon. So it's amazing the way it has evolved. And I know, like, the founding members, we just kind of said, okay, yeah, let's just go ahead and do a professional speaker summit. And at that point in time, we didn't even have a bank account, right? And Kriba would know that how, like, we were just deciding things on the last minute. We hadn't even formed a proper legal entity, right? But we would just about manage to do everything. I think it was around this time, about mid-November or something in 2019, that we all had gotten together, and then we said, let's just do it. And in January, that is, like, but just about 2 months time, we managed to pull off a fabulous professional speakers summit for the first time in India. And it was like amazing. We had excellent speakers, excellent participants, and people were all on top of the world, because like, we know most of the speakers, we all have high energy and a lot of fun. So therefore it was like a phenomenal, it was like a festival, I would say. And people had a lot of takeaways as well when they went, and everybody felt so good and happy, like, saying we invested 2 days into, like, wonderful growing space for our personal self. So it was just simply amazing. Yes, so I think we've really gone ahead, creating awareness that speaking is a business as well. And if you need the best, you need to get a professional speaker. So I think that's the way, yeah, we're building it up.
And it's commendable organizing a summit in just 2 months' time, and that to a fabulous one. So, really, kudos to all of you.
I just want to take this example of Sangeeta, who, she said
But
egg
but
and then a larva, and the larva is about to become a butterfly. And the theme of PSS 2024 is expand, influence, and transform. Transform. That small larva, that small worm is now going to fly and become a butterfly. Transform.
yeah, but
Absolutely.
Beautiful.
Absolutely.
I wanted to step in another lovely question you asked Sangeeta about how did the formation of PSAI come about at this stage. You should ask her the question on how did how, what was the transformation, in Deepak Ji's words, of Sangeeta from a corporate to now a full-time professional consultant, professional speaker, and I think it's one of the standout examples for me. That'll be lovely to.
Absolutely, Sangeeta. I'm sure you should answer that now.
Yeah, thanks for that, Kriba and Radhika. Yeah, so for me, it was like Kriba said, it's been a complete shift. So I said, I've been 25 years in the corporate. Let me move out and do something on my own. So, and I was also an author by then, but I was at kind of crossroads, and not quite sure where, how do I go about, and things kind of fell in well. And for me, professional speaking has really, like, opened up a lot of doors. uh, like Alka said, it's helped me to polish and refine the way I present to my target audience. So, be it speaking on the stage, or conducting a workshop for corporate leaders, or even doing a masterclass, like, I'm able to position myself better and cater better to the requirements of the audience. So I think that shift, it has really enabled me. And also, the community really matters, right? Because when you see each other doing so well, you learn from each other, and then you want to give in your best as well. And that way, the community support is really there. So anytime, that's the beautiful aspect of PSAI. Anytime, any place you're stuck, it can be something as simple as doing a video, or seeking inputs on some article, or any sort of support. The community is always there to act as a sounding board and support each other, which I think is amazing.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Community and camaraderie does really take you places. Thank you so much, Sangeeta, for that. And thank you, Kiruba, for asking that question. So, well, coming back to you, Kiruba, how international summits like PSS open up the opportunities in the international market? So, if you could share your views on how this can be leveraged for the professional speaking career.
Yeah, and it's a fabulous, super important question about that. But I just wanted to add, would you want to have Sandeep ji finish the round, because all of us have done a round, I think. Uh,
Sure,
just
okay. So, for Sandeep ji,
I
what
was
was
wondering.
yes,
Please, please,
please.
Radhika. Yeah.
Okay, so, what was the trigger that made you join PSAI, and have your expectations been met?
Radhika, first, let me tell you, I did observe that you missed me out, but then since you're my right hand, left hand, you are both my hands for PSS 24, I said, no, let the
I
hands
know
be
it.
happy. Okay. Accidents are one thing in life we hate. We don't want to have accidents. And my joining PSAI was an accident. I'll tell you how. And believe me, when I look back, I say, I wish I have such accidents every day. It was February 22. I just happened to, I was just going through the LinkedIn mails, and I happened to open a window where Kiruba and other people were talking. And something attracted me, and I stuck over there and I said, wow, look at this conversation, so meaningful, so authentic, so sincere, so genuine. And since I've been in the industry for since 1979, 80, I said, look, here is one community which I think I should join. I said, chalo, let's join. It's a gamble of 9,600 rupees, and I took the gamble. And today, when I look back, like Sangeeta said, Alka said, Deepak said, though I have been speaking for a long time in corporates, in universities, the polish was missing. I used to think, I'm a dad. I'm a dude, I know everything. It happens to all of us. But in the last 18 months since I've joined PSI, believe me, I think my style, my construct, the way I deliver, the way I speak, everything has changed. So, yes, PSAI has met my expectations, not only met them 100x. So, Radhika, this is the way, and today I propose and promote and I urge people. I'll use the word urge. Guys, if you're serious about talking, come and invest in yourself at least for 1 year, then take a call. Because
I
I'm
agree.
sure we have so much resource over here, so much camaraderie, so much help that 2 months would be sufficient for them to say, like
Absolutely.
Deepak said, I'm going nowhere.
I agree with that. And adding on to uh, taking the liberty of adding on to what Sandeep just said, I have experienced and noticed this, that a lot of people, not just PSAI, but for that matter, any community that we are a part of, people join the community and they just sit complacent, they are inactive. After a couple of months, they start off with, this is of no good. It did no good to me. And we forget that, did we contribute anywhere? Did we work on ourselves? So, yes, when you join a community, it is very important to be a part of it, participate in all the activities that happen, and work
Contribute.
on your own growth. Well, with this, before Kiruba, I would like to now take on with our compounding guru again. And I want to understand that, with a vision to build an amazing community, since we're talking about the community,
Yeah.
how PSS 2024 can help in creating a network to improve our net worth.
Yeah. So we've all heard this, your network is your net worth. I mean, knowing this, hearing this, and being part of a network is something else. So there is a study which was done, and it says that 85% of jobs are filled via networking. How does that relate to a professional speaker and becoming a member of the PSAI? As a professional speaker and a member of the PSAI, you have the opportunity to share your expertise, insights, and stories with a diverse audience. You can leverage your speaking engagements to showcase you, your personal brand, your expertise, who you are, and what do you stand for. Attending PSS 2024 will help you achieve goals by providing you comprehensive mentoring, resources, networking, and global exposure. There will be speakers from all across the world whom you will not only be listening to, and they will not be on the screen, they will be right there in front of you. Meet them, learn from them, network from them, collaborate, and take yourself to the next level. The PSAI is a proud member of the Global Speakers Federation. Other 17 countries are a part of this network. You learn best practices, trends, and innovation in what is happening in the speaking industry. In short, if you are a wannabe speaker, a public speaker, even a speaker who wants to go professional and take yourself to the next level, if you are not part of the PSAI and not attending PSS 2024, you are missing something. I take this opportunity to invite you to join PSAI and become a part of this thriving and supporting community, which will help you grow. And as I said, do this for some time and see how compounding takes you to the next level.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And
Fantastic.
extending another question from this, and from the previous question I asked Sangeeta, where Sangeeta spoke about her experience of the very first PSS that happened. This is the sixth PSS, sixth edition of PSS. So PSS 2024 being the sixth edition, and you have been involved in all the previous PSSs, right? Do share with us what is it that it takes to curate an event as good as PSS? Because to 2 months and having a fabulous event, I would really want to learn that, and I'm sure others too would like to hear that.
Sure, sure. That's a great question, Radhika. But before I answer your question, I want to take a one step back, and then tell you why is it I'm attending every year, every PSS, right from inception. I have not missed even one of the professional speakers summit. So every year I've been attending, and I'm sure everybody must be curious, and like me there are many others as well who attended it year on year. So what makes us come back to it every year? I think the answer is very simple. Firstly, I think all of us want to serve our clients better, right? So how can we learn from each other and ensure we give the best to our clients, and we are really apt and really skillful and tactful in what we do. Plus, of course, it's all surrounded by like-minded people, great fun, high on energy, and it's the experience is really really so good, and one has to experience it. It's, I'm sure, whatever the attendees say, it may not fully justify. One has to come there and experience it for themselves to see what it takes. Now, coming to your question on what does it really take, I think it's one key thing, which is nothing but team effort. It's never that one person can do it all, because it's quite a large event. A lot of planning takes place as well. Of course, the first year was an exception, but even that was because of the teamwork that happened. So I think each year we have a committee running it, and like this year we know, like Sandeep is the chair of the committee and he has his own team organizing it. So we have somebody doing the fundraising, somebody doing the sponsorships, the collections, following up, different things that keeps happening. So that's why I keep insisting that it is a teamwork, and it's phenomenal. And I think this year I must give it to Sandeep, because He's been doing, Sandeep and the team, of course, has been doing a phenomenal job. They've been very meticulous. A lot of planning and preparation is already started, and we are doing an awesome job. So I'm really keen, excited, and I kicked looking forward so much for February 3rd, 2024. Just to be there and learn, meet fellow speaking professionals, and just have an awesome, awesome time.
Thank you. Thank you for that. And I really hope, pray, and wish that the team Delhi is able to deliver and live up to everybody's expectations in PSS
You're
2024.
you're not alone.
Radhika, can I say something?
Yes,
Radhika.
please.
Yeah. First of all, Radhika, it's not Team Delhi. It is
Yeah,
Team
that's
PS.
what I'm saying. It's all together. That's
Huh.
what
It
I
is
mean.
Team PSAI.
Yeah.
I
And
was just talking about the physical team and
yeah,
not.
even the
It's like
physical, it's a combined effort. The entire PSAI is involved. Kiruba, Sangeeta, Deepak, Alka, everyone is involved.
It's one
Absolutely.
family
And
now. It's one PSI family, I would say
yeah,
that.
Absolutely, it
and
is.
secondly, Sangeeta, all the praise makes us nervous.
no, I'm sure you guys would rock it. Yeah.
So thank you very much for showing so much faith in us.
Yes. Coming back to you, Kiruba. So, how international summit like PSS opens up the opportunities in the international market? Please share your views. How can this be leveraged for the professional speaking career?
Sure. Great question again. And I want to draw a parallel to the digitalized, digital. If there's one thing that internet has made, it has dissolved geographical boundaries. Um, and I think that mindset is something that should be pervasive even in other parts. So when you call any speaker, whether it's a public speaker or a professional speaker, and you ask them to make a list, a bucket list of all the things that they want to do, that they wish to do um, in the world of speaking, and almost always you will find in the list that I want to speak globally and I want to travel the world. So this is a very common thing that is out there. And for many people, it remains a fish. But if you're part of uh, PSAI, the Professional Speakers Association of India, and because PSAI is part of a global body called the Global Speakers Federation, under which there are 17 countries that are part of that umbrella. By becoming a member of PSAI, you automatically get a lead in into every other 16 other country associations, which means if there is a conference that is a national conference being organized, you stand a chance at being not just go and attend as an attendee at a lower cost, but you stand a chance of being invited as a speaker. Of course, you've got to make the cut. The second part of it is that uh, because each one of us specialize in our area of interest, right? So Deepak ji focuses on compounding as an area. Sangeeta focuses on finance, everything finance. So sometimes what happens is that people are more than happy to help you out with opportunities in different countries. Right? So one of the things is that I've spoken in 21 countries. I can tell you that at least a half a dozen of those countries has been possible because I got a lead in from another member of GSF, the Global Speakers Federation, helping out. Of course, we have to make. They say that karma comes back, which is when we as individuals help other members with opportunities, then people want to come back and help you. So uh, it's remarkable. So I would say that uh, if if you have a dream of going and traveling the world, if you have a dream of speaking in other countries, the easiest first step you can make is just attend PSS 2024. The reason is because when you attend a conference like these, you will get a chance to hear global speakers come and talk. And you will get a chance to know what it is being exposed to global standards. You will get a chance to make a relationship,
Yeah.
and that hopefully will get you to come and join PSAI as an association, and then it will open doors. So that is my answer to your question, Ron.
Thank you so much. Would anybody, Alka, Sandeep ji, Sangeeta, anyone would like to add something to it?
Yeah, so I recently attended the Speakers Academy function at Singapore, and what I learned is exactly what Kiruba is saying. Before even we went for the conference, they were welcoming us, to come there, and they were like, wanting to know about our culture. And what I noticed was when we went there, even before we landed there, we had a sense of belonging to them already. So I feel that after we met those people, we had better connections, deeper connections. We already knew them before we went there, and that made us, feel like one part of their family. And that's what we are going to do here in PSS 2024. We all have to get together, and we all have to, welcome the people who are coming here. It should be like a family, like, when you're talking about a festival, I would say it's like a wedding. I have done 3 weddings of my 3 sisters in my house, so I know what all it takes to do a wedding. So we all have to get together and contribute to PSS 2024 in such a way that it becomes an experience for the people who come here, and we are going to learn from them, definitely. And the way they sit, the way they talk. I remember in Singapore there was this Mariana Pascal. She's an actress, so we get to hear from an actress. And the other thing is, other people are there was a mountaineer's experience we get to hear, and it's all applicable to our journey of professional speaking. So that's I've answered this question. If there's anything else, I'll take it up later. Thank you.
I'd
Yes,
just like to add, yeah. Yes,
Yeah.
Sandeep, go ahead.
Let me share a very recent example, real life incident which happened. One of my students, he came to me and he works for the Ministry of Civil Aviation. He said, "Look, I got to make a presentation, and can I take your opinion?" I said, "Okay, come over." He comes over, and the typical presentation, heavily loaded slides and packing in too much. Typical, what happens. Trying to show off, I know so much. And then I helped him. I said, "Look, guy, just make one point. You have 10 minutes." And the way we curate our keynotes,
Yes.
and being from the aviation industry, I said, "Look, take off, cruise, land." He got that thing. And then he comes back to me and says, "Sir, there were 100 people. At least 20 came and said to me, your presentation was refreshing." So, okay,
Wonderful.
it's not the international part what you asked, Radhika, but yes, this demonstrates the power of what we learn in PSAI and its application in the different dimensions of our life.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. If I can add on, Sandeep, that was exactly my personal experience as well. Earlier, like most of you would have seen, I'm a chartered accountant. So chartered accountants, our slides are, packed with so many different words and, some graphs. And I mean, it's just a packed slide, which I didn't realize can get so heavy from an audience perspective. And then, uh, when I've been in PSAI, and that was a very big learning for me. Now my slides are a lot refined. In fact, last year when I spoke in Oman and last week in Bangkok as well, apart from my speaking, I was complimented for my slides, the way my slides were. So, I really felt good. And uh, I was thinking of PSAI, saying, thank you, and felt gratitude for making this change in the way I've been presenting.
Fantastic.
Yeah, the point I wanted to make, Radhika, and everybody else, and to everybody else who's tuning in live, it's 2.5 years, 3 years since COVID happened. We were all boxed into these screens. Physical event, meeting people personally, looking at them, seeing them, shaking them hands, giving them a hug, gives you a connection with that person at a subatomic level. At some levels, atoms and ions are exchanging. You will bond with that
While
person, you will
Alka,
connect with that person in a way which is totally
we
different.
wait
So,
for everyone to come back. I hope there's
Time.
been a technical glitch. So we'll just continue the discussion while Radhika comes back and the others
And
join
Yeah.
in.
Victor,
She's back. She's
So,
back. There she is.
Alka, you were talking about the convention that you just attended in Singapore. So maybe you could take this time to talk about the benefits that you reaped, your experience you shared, but the benefits that you're reaping from that. Let's just talk about that.
So benefits are the same thing. You are the average of 5 people you hang around with. I'm still hanging around with those people online, so I'm learning so much from them. And there is all kinds of material which is available online at APSS with the Speakers Academy. We can retrieve those lectures, we can retrieve those talks, and that is how we learn. Slowly and slowly we learn, looking at people, how they conduct themselves, and application is most important. We listen to lectures, we listen to Tom Abbott, we listen to so many people, but we have to apply it and implement it in our life. And that's what I'm started to do now. That is the advantage that I got from Speakers Academy.
thank you, Alka. Alka, so as a medical doctor, your profession of a doctor, I'm sure that you must have attended endless conferences and you must have also spoken in many of those conferences.
Yeah. So, like, what's the question? You want to complete the
Yeah. So the
question?
question is PSS 2024 is happening. What are your expectations from PSS 2024?
Alka, what is it that you're looking forward to specifically
I'm
when it
looking
comes
forward.
to
Yes,
PSS
yes,
2024?
I'm looking forward to being an active participant and an active contributor in this conference so that I can give an experience to the people who are coming from abroad and who are coming out from outside Bombay, from outside Delhi, from wherever they are coming. I want to be a part of this and I want to give an experience to everybody, a good experience, like a wedding experience, so that they go back happy and they go back charged and with knowledge and with lot of connections. This is what I'm hoping to do, and this is all that is what is there in this. Now we're a big family now, so we have to all get together and go and do the jive. So that's what I'm planning to do. I'm very excited, and I want more and more people to join this conference, because you're going to meet fantastic people, lovely people from all over the world who are going to give you so much of knowledge and so much of style in talking and branding, how you do it. And there are people who are going to teach us about AI in professional speaking also, and humor in your professional speaking. So please join us and have an experience of your lifetime in PSS 2024. Here we go. Thank you so much.
Wonderful. On that note, I will just play the video for PSS 2024 so that everyone gets a glimpse into what awaits them.
Nice
Excellent.
music. Very nice
Alka,
music.
there is one more before I think because of the technical glitch, we don't have the others joining back. But before we make a move and call it a night, I would like you to talk about a specific initiative at every PSS, every Professional Speakers Summit that we introduced some 4 years ago. And this is PSAI for PSAI. Would you like to tell the audience about this initiative? And would you
Yes.
like to throw some light? Why is it unique? And why
Yes.
is it something worth looking forward to?
It's really a unique opportunity, and it's an opportunity for the members. Whatever we have been doing throughout the year, we can hone our skills and we can be a part of a speech at this particular function, at this conference. So they give us an opportunity to, each one of us is given an opportunity to come and tell our message to the whole world. And if we are selected, we get to go even more further. So I think if we really want to show up, You can learn a lot in PSAI. You have to contribute, you have to participate, you have to show up, and that's what it is. Nothing less than that. If you're going to sit in the quietly in your room and just listen and be a very passive person, nothing is going to happen in your life. So you've got to be active, you've got to take part, and you've got to show up. And that's what I'm looking forward to for PSI for PSI. So friends, you have an opportunity to take part in PSI for PSI. Tell your speech, tell your message to the whole world, and that's what it is. I'm looking forward to PSI for PSI, and I want to encourage everyone to be a part of this.
Right. To surmise what Alka just said,
Yeah.
PSAI for PSAI is an initiative specifically for the members of Professional Speakers Association of India, wherein they are provided a launch pad. So if you have gone through a process and are selected to talk, we are not able to get some people on stage. Let me try once more and then probably I can call.
Yes.
Wow.
Thank you, Anupriya. So, with this, Sandeep being the chair of PSS 2024, what are your conscious efforts to make PSS 2024 as a value package for the audience, speakers, and authors?
Uh, Radhika, when we started designing PSS 24, we took three conscious decisions. Number one, the bar, the threshold level. This is the sixth edition. Every year it goes up. We got to still increase it. We are already world class. We want to become super world class. As simple as that. Number two, the summit needs to be pocket friendly. If you look around, all the summits, they are charging big money. We said no. Let
This
it be
was my
pocket
failed
friendly
attempt to get
for our
everyone on
members.
stage once again. Nevertheless, I think we have a good initiative in PSAI for PSAI to create a launch pad for the members of PSAI. But I just hope that we could have completed this discussion. Probably we will have to request the panelists to be back and complete this discussion. And with that, let's just wish everyone all the luck and looking forward to seeing all of you
Uh,
at PSS 2024 in Delhi on 3rd and 4th of February. Thank you, Alka. Thank you, all the panelists, for being here. And thank you, all the audience. Thank you so much.
okay. Yeah, Anupriya.